Okay, well here's the next project. It's a 76 Chevy pickup. Not in too bad a shape. It's just going to be a work truck, so it's patched to rust, put it all back together. Quick paint job, nothing special. It's got all the usual rust in all the usual places. I'm just starting on putting the floor support in. Then I'll patch the floor. That'll hold the hinge pillar in place while I cut all this out. We've got new rockers, floor support. I'll make the cab corners. No big deal. Done one or two of these in my day. I'll get that burned in and bring it back for a look. Okay, floor support's welded in, nice and strong. Got the beginnings of a floor patch. Nothing fancy. It's a bit of a budget job. Let's just get it. Make it strong. Doesn't have to be pretty. So the next step, a little bit of paint on the inside, some weld through primer, clean up the edges, start welding. That's the next part. Well, that's the floor pan stitched in. Okay, got the rocker panel fitting. Have to do a little bit of fine tuning back here when I get the door on, but that's not bad. That's all done. Floor's in, inner rocker's done. These things are pretty basic. Now let's just throw the door back on, fit the rocker, get that done. And there's a little piece for the quarter, or cab corner. And this side is done. Go do the same thing on the other side. Alright, this side is done. Rocker's in. Cab corner's in. Rocker put up a bit of a fight. It almost fit. Even for aftermarket, it was rough. Whatever. It's not a show truck, it's a work truck. Just gotta keep reminding myself of that. I'll show you the other side. Doors are actually pretty good. The rest of the truck's not bad. Front of the hood's still good. It's not all rotted out. Yeah, it's got a bit of a bow starting in the hood, but minor. Got the usual, you can't see it, but it's got the usual rust hole in the wheel well. Same thing, minor. This door's pretty good. It's just surface. Little cleanup. Now, this side, same deal. Same process, just smaller patches, smaller pieces. Not going to bore you making you watch the same thing over again, so I'll bring you back when it's done. Okay, that's done. Good like new. Oh, good enough like new anyway. So that's the cab finished. Now, it's the box. The box. Plan's kind of been all over the place with this. Changed the box side. Another shop was going to do it. Put a grizzly box on it. Put a deck on it. So far right now, we're going to fix this one. This side, it's kind of a toss-up which side's worse. This side's rough. Hold on. Yeah. This side's, I don't know. Oh yeah. This might be worse. Wonder where the patch panel went. Anyway, plan for tonight. I'm just going to get this stripped down. Get the paint off it, see what I got to work with. Fix that dent in the morning. And, yeah, turn this thing around, start welding. Get this thing done. On to the next one. So there, all cleaned up. Was expecting a lot worse than that. Just looking at the way that patch was put in, it's like, yep, that's how the shops do it. Lay it over top, tack, 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 seal it with Duraglass. Works just fine. Is it the best way to do it? No. But when you consider this was done probably 30 years ago, it's held up just fine. Now, next step for me is get this dent out. Tired of looking at it. So I'll get set up for that and bring you back for a look. So here's our setup with our state-of-the-art equipment. Whatever, it'll be fine. Just pulling a dent. So I'm going to get you guys set up on the tool cart, let you watch, and see what happens. Forgot to turn the camera on. Sorry about that. It was exciting, trust me. Well, got this roughed out. Came out pretty good. Once I open all this up, put the patch in, get in there, hammer and dolly. This has got to get shrunk. Same thing in there. It got hit pretty hard. I'm thinking corner of a flat deck. But yeah, the buckle up there came right out. So body lines reasonably straight. And get you a look better than it was. So next we'll have to take a walk over, see what I got for patch panels, and more cutting, more welding. Yay. Well, raided my part stash, and yeah, that'll work for the driver's side. And then for this side, I got these pieces. All this is just a chunk I cut out of an old fender. They don't fit exact, but they're pretty close. Just got to fine tune them a little bit, give them a little tweak, but they work good for jobs like this. Same thing with these pieces. They're just kind of goes like that. Work good for this. So I'll get this all stitched back together and bring it back for a look. Okay, thought I'd bring you guys in for a quick look. This is passenger side done. And those fender patches work pretty good. They're close. Needs a little bit of fine tuning, but they work just fine for jobs like this. Now for the other side, this is the piece I cut out. You can see how they did it. They just laid the patch right over top. You can see all where it was rotted out before. They didn't cut anything out. They just laid the patch over top. It works. Now, this is the way I like to do it. Normally I butt weld everything, but this is not one of those jobs. On these budget jobs, what I do, oh, there we go. I recess the edge all the way around, overlap the patch, stitch it in. It works. Good for these budget jobs. And while I was in there, had the great big gaping hole, I went and straightened that dent out, got the torch going, a little bit of shrinking, came out good enough for this one. So next step, just get this thing stitched back together and almost done with the metal work, finally. Get this thing done and on to the next one. So that's that side done. And that's pretty much it for the big welding. It's just lots of little stuff. Fix that, clean up the bottoms of the doors. Should be done today. Then it's on to body filler. Yay. Well, that's the body work done. Done good enough anyway. Get the box cleaned out. It's got a little hole there. Little one over there. This is for a little project I'm working on. There's another one. Yeah, here's another one. We're not going to worry about it. Charlie doesn't care, so if he doesn't care, neither do I. But yeah, that's this side done. All front end's all back together, doors are back on. Inside's all looking like a truck again. Still haven't done anything with the floor. That's on the list. Closey's not bad. Okay, front end back together. Wheel wells are patched. Now, the next thing, weather's supposed to be decent, so I'll prime it tomorrow. But after that, we're going to build a headache rack for this thing. I got one off a Ford truck. It's too narrow, but we can make it work. Then it's snowplow mount on the front. He wants to do some kind of custom bumper on it. Swap out the windshield. I gotta fix the exhaust. Collector gaskets are shot, and then this back here. Yeah, that's cute. It's not connected to anything anymore, so I'm just gonna clean all that crap out of there, and then just have it dumped in front of the axle. That's the next step. A bunch of little jobs. But anyway, that's where we're at. Okay, so I was pulling the plow mount off the old plow truck here, and thought I'd bring you guys out for a look. Give you a little tour. Okay, for starters, this is the old grizzly box we were going to use. Yeah, looks good on this truck. Wouldn't look good on the other one. Pay no attention to the bright orange dually box. It's for a different project. It's usual. Cab corners are shot. Rockers, junk. Fender, junk. Doors, junk. Interior, yep, old truck. Wiring, junk. I think it caught on fire once. Nothing special. Little 305. I think it runs. Not very well, but it runs. Yeah, that's her. Soon to be parted out. Off to the scrap pile. Well, not much of it. We don't throw anything away around here. As you can tell. Oh look, another one. Well, the plan for today was finish getting that plow mounted, but it's cold and miserable, so today's plan, battery tray. He wants to run these big truck batteries because he gets them cheap, so the plan is these are wide enough, but they're not long enough. 4 inches too short. So I'm going to use center section out of this, cut the end off of this one, end off that, weld it onto here, boom, done. Quick and easy. So that's today's plan. So I thought I'd do a little update on this thing because it's been a while. Been just chipping away at it, getting her done. It's almost ready for paint. A little bit of spot priming, prepping's done. Plow mounted. What a pain in the butt that was. Now if you look, where are we here? Those 2 shiny bolts. Yeah, trying to get in there to get those holes drilled. On this side, it's brake lines. On that side's the fuel lines. Right tight against it. And then you can just barely see the bottom of the bracket. There's a bolt that goes up from the bottom. Well, to get that, this used to have headers on it. The headers go right in front of it. Motor mount's right there. Frame's right there. You couldn't even see that bolt, let alone get a wrench on it. So, for that bolt, I'd take the whole exhaust off. The headers were leaking anyway, because those bolts were just barely finger tight. And you can see Yeah, it was leaking a little bit. The collectors were shot. They're blown right out. As I'm pulling it apart, the exhaust is just, it's done. It's finished. So the whole exhaust came out. Client didn't like headers anyway, so we put the stock manifolds back on. Pulled these off the parts truck. Pulled most of the exhaust off the parts truck. It's all been reworked, cleaned up. Muffler's brand new. Kind of pieced it back together, and I just cut it off right there. Good enough for this thing. Yeah, with the stock manifolds and that big old muffler on there, this thing is silencio now. But yeah, all that because you wanted to plow on it. But whatever, it's work that needed to be done. Here's a battery tray. That's how that turned out. Now, what else did I do in this thing? Windshield. Still need to change the windshield. The one in the parts truck's like brand new, so as long as I don't break it pulling it out, that'll be good. This, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but still got to fix that. Still got a little bit of body work in here. Get this finished off, but yeah, it's close now. Just wrap that up, start spraying paint. Be nice. Get this thing out of here. Be done with it. On to the next one. Yeah, this camera is not showing nearly how screwed up this is. Yeah, forest fire just broke out Penticton. So it's a little smoky right now. Yeah. Sun's kind of fuzzy pink right now. Anyway, back to business. Actually been working on this thing. Yes, it kind of got backburnered. There we go. That's better. Just finished putting the windshield in. A little out of practice. But it's in. It's in one piece. Vent windows fixed. This lighting is really screwed up, but can't tell on here. Anyway, focus. Get that all cleaned up. So it is ready for paint. Finally, I'll do the jams tomorrow, and then clean this up. A little bit of priming, a little bit of touch up, and start spraying. It's going this week. Hopefully. Maybe. So, give you guys a little sneak peek what's going on in here. That's one yellow truck. So, tomorrow, it's unmask it, paint the white, change the wheels. Done. Turned out not bad. Well, it's enough fun for one day. Good enough. And yes, I didn't fix the dent behind the mirror, but it's behind the mirror. You're not going to see it. Not bad. Is it perfect? Not by a long shot. Does it matter? Not by a long shot. Good enough. Now start putting it together. In case you're wondering why the tires are flat, you let the air out of the tires. Makes it easier to paint the roof. So, time to start putting this thing together. So I got the new set of wheels painted. Painted the mirrors. Did the inner fenders. Painting all day. There's the inner fenders on the drying rack. Mirrors are on the back. I'm not going to walk all the way over there because you know what those things look like. Now it's the bumpers. And I'm done painting, I think. It's going to be another late night. Here we go. Bumper's done. Yeah, not the first time I had to paint with a flashlight. Probably not the last. All done. So tomorrow, reassemble and give this thing a good cleaning. Almost done. So that's it. Plow truck done. Looks pretty good. Yeah, originally all the client wanted was just fix the rust and sling some paint on it. Well, yeah, I might have got carried away, but I wasn't going to leave the rims looking like that. That looks much better. He'll be happy that it is done. Gears all back together. Yeah, not bad. Yeah. But yeah. Polished the taillights. Didn't straighten the bumper, but that bumper's seen better days. But, oh. Looks not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. Just tripping over the junk. Yeah, looks good. Just needs a dash, seat, door panels. It's not getting any of that. It's getting a snowplow and parked next to his house. But yeah, that's it. All done. Finally.